to Raw. Yes, I was about to say Raw and SmackDown. Raw review, recap. We're just throwing our 2 cents in that, telling you what happened, giving you some rumors, some stuff that's going on behind the scenes, outside the scenes, throwing our 2 cents in there. Oh, Alexa, turn off speaker.
Okay.
We're professionals, everybody. Thank you. Anyway, let's get started. Jumping straight into things. We are in, where are we at? The BOK Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And we start the show off with Michael Cole wearing an Indianapolis Pacers tank top jersey because he lost his NBA Eastern Conference Finals bet with Pat McAfee. Cats being cats. Then CM Punk comes out to the ring. He says, "Is it great to be alive on a Monday night in Tulsa, Oklahoma, or what? It's summertime. It's Money in the Bank time. And what's that in the distance? I hear a little bit of thunder. Yeah, I think we might be on pace to get a little bit of a thunderstorm here, ladies and gentlemen. We can cheer for whatever basketball team we want. Just a friendly reminder, if the finals are on, just make sure you're watching either Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. Thank you very much." So, it's summertime. It's the summer of Punk time. Money in the Bank is right around the corner. Stop me if you've heard this. You're looking at a 2-time Money in the Bank ladder match winner. 2 times I successfully cashed in that briefcase, or contract, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm looking very forward to do it for the 3rd time, because it's the summer of Punk, ladies and gentlemen, and it's time that CM Punk got some gold around his waist. There's a lot of good champions here in the WWE, and there's even a longer list of challengers. And right now, 2 people are at the top of the mountain. One is my friend. He goes by the name of Jey Uso. That's right. So, Jey, respectfully, when I win that briefcase, and it's me and you, brother, it's not personal, it's just business. The second name on the top of that mountain, maybe even more personal, his name is John Cena. I cut my teeth in this company, coming to places just like here, and they go absolutely bananas for John Cena. And now the tables have turned, ladies and gentlemen. He's public enemy number 1, because he sold his soul to a bald fraud goof. And when I win Money in the Bank, if I so choose, John Cena, I've always had your number. I'm gonna come pick the bones, you little bitch. Because we are live, and it's Monday night, ladies and gentlemen. I am no longer just happy to be here. Yes, it's still all about money. But it is time CM Punk became champion one more time. I'll see you all at Money in the Bank after I qualify tonight. I'll tell you what. Oh. I almost, because it just immediately went again. Sami Zayn's music hits. He comes down to the ring. He picks up a microphone. And Punk says, "I'll tell you what. I normally hate getting interrupted. And I hate when certain songs play. It's normally him that interrupts me. But you, not mad about it, though."
Yeah. And then Sami's like, "All right. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, too. Thank you very much." Punk, I gotta be honest. The reason I'm out here is because this is really the first time since we've been back that I've heard you speak so clearly and in no certain terms about your plan is. That is to become world champion. Well, it's no secret that I have too. I have ambitions of becoming world champion. But unfortunately for me, Punk, Money in the Bank is not in the match. Thanks to Paul Heyman, thanks to Seth Rollins, thanks to Braun Breaker, thanks to Bronson Reed. It's not in the cards for me. But it is for you, okay? I came out here to look you in the eye, to tell you, to underscore, to really highlight the importance, and tell you, Punk, tonight you must win. Tonight is more than must win than it's ever been. And I hear you talking about John Cena, and you're talking about Jey Uso. You're talking about Gunther. You're talking about all those other people. But I know you. I know in the back of your head, you're probably thinking about Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, and what they did to us. But I'm telling you right now, you need to think about that. Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Jey Uso, I'll deal with them tonight.
Okay. But I got your back.
Excuse me. I don't need any of that right now. What I need you to do is think about the task at hand. Because Seth Rollins, I think you're thinking about him. Trust me. He's always thinking about you.
Oh, I know that. Seth has never beat me. Ever.
That's right. And this is why you need to be Money in the Bank in the Money in Bank match. Because with you in the match, it changes the game. I'm telling you, Punk. Listen to me. I'm telling you, if Seth Rollins wins that briefcase, if he wins that contract, this place, it's over, okay? It turns into something really different. It turns into something unrecognizable. It's going to turn into something you and I will not like. So I'm telling you now, I need you to win tonight. We all need you to win. And Punk, whatever it's worth, I want you to win tonight. But I also want you to know, should you win that Money in the Bank contract, you should win the World Championship. And you and me will face each other and should I win the World Championship, you and me be face to face in the ring again, will be a very different conversation than the one we're having right now.
CM Punk steps up, gets right in his face, and he says, I look forward to it, Sammy. They shake hands, they go about their business, and this is obviously just the beginning. Then we go backstage where Roxanne Perez runs into Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez in the backstage area. And Roxanne's like, Liv, I just want to let you know that if you need any help in your match tonight, that I'm here for you. But Liv, she's not having any of it. She doesn't want Roxanne to sabotage another match of hers. If she really wants to help, she just needs to stay out of her way. Then Liv walks up to Io Sky. And Liv says that Kairi Sane got lucky last week. And Liv is confident that she'll become 2-time Money in the Bank winner. And she's going to cash it in to get her Women's World Championship back. And Io just looks at her and says, not going to happen. Because we already know who's winning that match.
Oh, yeah. But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we're going to get to it right now.
Yeah.
Because if you do not know already, we can go ahead and pull it up.
Stephanie Vaquer is now on Raw.
Our girl!
So Liv comes down to the ring.
Hold on a sec. Hold on. If you have watched us or watching us, whatever, you know how we all feel about Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah,
in this house. So, having her work, all of you can see her. If you haven't been watching NXT, I suggest you go back and watch the old NXT stuff. And watch
exactly. Watch what she does.
Because Stephanie is different.
Oh, yeah. But she cuts up. So Liv comes to the ring. We cut to a commercial break. Ivy Niles comes out during the break. And we come back to a Stephanie Vaquer promo. Wrestling is not just a career or passion for me. It's who I am. When I was 10 years old in Chile, I discovered WWE and watched it constantly. I knew it was my destiny to accomplish feats no one has before. And that's exactly what I have done. I am the first ever South American champion in WWE. And now the Dark Angel has arrived on Raw to do what I have always done. Dominate.
Yup.
It's true. Like I said,
y'all, if you have not watched NXT, y'all in for a treat.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like we have said on our NXT one, now we get to talk about our Raw. Stephanie is built different.
But we start.
All you women in the locker room
just got put on notice.
Time to step up or step out.
Mm-hmm. But the match starts off, and Ivy Niles and Liv. You know what? I will give them the credit. They were smart.
But you know what? Here's the thing. I want to give credit where credit is due to this. Stephanie Vaquer with the pyro
Yes.
and the full Titantron.
Oh yeah, that entrance was great.
And she had the absolute biggest pop. Like you knew, everybody knew who Stephanie was.
Oh yeah. But like I said, they start the match off and they both help. They drop kick Stephanie out between the ropes. Then they start going at it for a bit. I'll be honest. Everybody had a good showing in this match.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just Stephanie dominating, and that was a good thing. Normally I'm all for Stephanie going in there whooping ass, but this needed to be, how to say it. She's up with the big girls. She's where she belongs. But that doesn't mean it's going to be,
a cakewalk.
Yeah, it's not going to be a cakewalk, and I'm glad that this showed that. Because this was a back, and I don't think there was any outside interruption, was there? If I remember correctly.
I do not think so.
If I'm pretty sure this was clean cut to the point. Actually, it was, because I remember how it ended. But yeah, we're going through the match. Everybody's getting their licks off. Stephanie gets the devil's kiss. Actually, the first one, I think she tries to get off on Liv Morgan, but Liv manages to roll out of it.
But she finally does get her in one.
Yeah, she gets her with the devil's kiss. She gets Ivy Niles with the double kiss. Then we have Liv Morgan doing the... I don't even know what to call it.
Oblivion?
Well, not Oblivion, yes, but I'm more talking about running back and forth in the corners, and then the triple amigos.
Yeah.
And we have Ivy Niles with the double suplex. That was impressive. Obviously, Shadows of Chad Gable in that. So, this was a very good match. This was one of the best matches I feel like we've had on Raw in quite a while. And obviously, because Stephanie was there, but the other two were showing off as well.
But here's my thing, and I know we said this quite a few times on Raw, or on NXT especially. These girls in NXT, if you're not watching NXT, there's a lot of these people, or girls, and guys too, but it's a lot of the girls are top-notch stars.
Oh, yeah.
These guys are putting on shows every single night.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, girls, they are dominating. Anybody who is not watching NXT, you are missing probably the best show for WWE right now.
Oh, absolutely. Because, like I said, it's not just the matches; it's everything. The atmosphere, the pacing. We don't come in there and start the show off with 20-minute promos or end the night with 20-minute promos. The longest promo I think we've had on NXT is maybe 10, 15 minutes at the absolute max. I don't even think they've been
10 has been about the highest.
Exactly.
Unless it was The Rock, and then that was a whole half hour.
That was a fucking just ugh. But anyway, it's the pacing is just so much better. It doesn't feel like we're stalling for time or dragging things out. That's what I think sets it above everything else.
Yeah.
But anyway, honestly, Liv had this match won. She hit Stephanie with the
Codebreaker.
The Codebreaker, then hit her with the Oblivion. But obviously it's a triple threat match. Ivy Niles yanks her out of the ring. They start fighting back and forth.
And what did I say?
You're giving Stephanie's in there breathing. You're giving her time,
because they are outside. Liv Morgan and Ivy Niles are outside fighting, and I said it. I was like, "You're giving Stephanie time.
Yep.
You're giving Stephanie time."
She gets up.
And I wanted Stephanie to win. Don't get me wrong, but it was that moment of like,
"You're fucking up.
You're fucking up. Somebody better get in that ring and hit Stephanie."
So Stephanie comes out over the ring, or she comes out over the top rope, hits them both with not a suicide dive, over the top. She jumps on them. Then I believe she pushes Ivy into the ring. Is it? Hang on, let me find out. I can't remember who she.
Yes, Ivy.
Yeah. Oh wait, I went too far.
No, it doesn't say. I think it's Ivy.
Yeah. Niles sends Morgan face into the steel ring steps. Then Vakir and Niall are in the ring. Vakir ducks a clothesline. Then she collects with the SVB, which I don't remember the actual name of it. What is her finishing move?
I don't remember exactly. I know SPB.
She hits her with the SVB to pick up the victory. So we will see Stephanie Vakir in her first ever ladder match at Money in the Bank, pulling a double duty at Worlds Collide in a tag team match, then going on and winning Money in the Bank.
Oh yeah. If she doesn't win,
I'll be genuinely surprised.
yeah. Like I think.
But then again, I'm gonna say this. I think Roxanne winning it would be very fun.
Yeah, and here's my point, okay? Take a step back. I want you to think about this for a sec. You have 3 girls in there
From NXT.
from NXT.
Yeah.
Within a matter of, what, a month?
Yep. They've all come up. They've all qualified for the Money in the Bank matches.
And I like Roxanne Perez. Do not get me wrong. But if she wins, I'm not going to be mad. But those 3 is who I'm gunning for.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just saying, I think that would be a very fun.
Because, of course, I want Stephanie to win. Then you got
Julia
and
Roxanne, yeah. And
So
then,
if one of the 3 of them win, I will be fine. Of course, I want Stephanie to win, 100%. Like, that is my girl.
and then we cut backstage again to Paul Heyman. He walks up to AJ Styles. And, he pushes out. AJ refuses to shake it. And he asks him, how can I help you? And he just says, AJ, I'm back here. How can you help me by accepting my profound birthday wishes? In fact, Heyman has a gift for him. It's intrinsic value, but it's not a watch or clothes. Information is currency and wisdom. Heyman has some wisdom to bestow on AJ. We all see Dominic Mysterio as Intercontinental Championship and making disgrace of that prestigious title. Heyman says the IC title needs a phenomenal champion like AJ Styles. He's like, but going to Money in the Bank, you have to win your qualifying match, you have to climb a ladder, you have to grab that briefcase, and then you have to be on watch 24/7 to, pick the perfect opportunity to run down there, bring a referee with you, cash it in. Despite how great it might be, you should focus on getting the Intercontinental Championship, not Money in the Bank. Leave Money in the Bank to Seth frickin' Rollins. And AJ's like, Paul, are you tired? Because you look exhausted by chasing that meal ticket around. You've known me for a long time, and I don't respond well to threats. And that's exactly what that was. I don't care if it's you, the Bloodline, the Judgment Day, or John Cena. If you try to push me back, I'm gonna push out. But you know what? I have some advice for you, Heyman. Tell Seth Rollins that he knows all about his special plan. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face.
And what did you say?
That's true. You can have all these master plans. You've thought up 101 contingencies, and then somebody's going, boom, and all those plans suddenly get rattled around in your brain. You're like, fuck, what happened? Anyway.
Yep, exactly.
Then we get a promo of Sheamus with Alpha Academy, and he's basically like,
yeah, good job, guys. I'm proud of you, Tozawa. You stood up to some bullies. Natalia, Maxine, you guys need to become a tag team. And then Kathy Kelly comes back. She's, what do you want to say to Rusev? Because technically the Rusev promo was first, and then we get to Sheamus.
Was it?
It was. Because then we cut to Sheamus, and she's like, we just heard. But anyway, we'll do it this way. Rusev was a gooseman, or a groomsman. I don't know what a gooseman is. A groomsman at my wedding. Sheamus says that Rusev's WWE career imploded because of his bad decisions, and his career outside of WWE lasted as long as Rusev Day. You know, Sheamus has been put on banger after banger, week after week, and I'm willing to beat some manners into Rusev. And he says, I have a message for my old friend. I bully bullies. So like I said, the Rusev promo was technically before this. He said, Sheamus, my old friend, you look disappointed in me last week. How dare you? I'm doing the good work. I'm trying to fix the weak and prevent them from slipping into the abyss. Something you watched me do and did nothing. Last week you ran out to help a stranger, but when I needed you back then, you let me vanish. So how dare you look at me disappointed? Don't mistake the man that I was for the force that I am. Sheamus, I am the son of thunder, and you're the weak one now. But I was just like you. You have body of granite, but a neck of sand, and you're challenging the one man that could make it all go away. Just like that. You are a true legend, and after everything we've been through, it would be my honor to take you off the field and send you home the hero that you are. But remember this, brother. I went down because you stabbed my back. Now, stay out of my way, or you're gonna go out because I'm going to snap yours. Like I said, Rusev's promos, as of late, have been spot on.
Here's my thing. He said something that I didn't know.
What?
I didn't know he was the son of Thor.
Shut up. Shut up. Anyway.
What? He just said it.
Shut up. Anyway, then we have the second match of the day, the Judgment Day versus the War Raiders. This was actually pretty good.
It was. And you know what I did like?
What?
Is that...
What are we talking about here?
Yeah. The New Day were at ringside.
Oh, yeah.
And they even remotely thought about getting
Involved.
And the ref was like,
no, get out. Get the fuck
They're like, we didn't do nothing. And they didn't. But they stood up and walked to the ring, and the ref was like,
no,
nope.
get out of here.
No.
Get the fuck out.
We're having a clean match. Out.
I love that. The New Day has grown such a reputation. They don't even have to get up on the apron. They don't have to just like, you're in the general vicinity. No, get the fuck out. You're up to something. It's that bad. Your reputation is so terrible. You don't even have to try to do something. Exactly. You just have to stand in the general vicinity, and the referee's like, "No, I don't trust you. Go to the back."
Yeah,
I'm glad because that allowed us to have almost a clean match.
Yeah,
but like I said, this was genuinely a really good match. You know, back and forth.
We had a clean match until we didn't have a clean match.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to in a minute.
But yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah, like, Eric and Ivar, showing off their power, their athleticism. But like I said, Finn Balor and JD are not pushovers.
No, I agree with that.
And I feel like as of recently, they've been getting treated like that, especially Finn Balor versus AJ Styles.
But you know what? Here's my biggest issue with it, is we still get the Judgment Day doing whatever it takes to win.
Well, that's in character.
Yeah, excuse me. Oh, I got the burp today. Excuse me. Hard to talk when...
yeah, when just... oh, God. Yeah, anyway. But continue.
Anyway. I understand it's in character. But, like we've said it a few times, we don't always get clean matches. And I understand that we don't. And that's fair. But some of these matches like this, I think we need a clean match between New Day and War Raiders.
I agree.
Or Judgment Day and the War Raiders.
Yeah, exactly. I think
we need, because...
I agree, but here's the thing. I think what we got was perfect. And I say that because while I do want a clean match, it is the Judgment Day. If they feel like they're going to lose, someone's going to get involved. My problem isn't people getting involved. My problem is when they make the Judgment Day look like pushovers and make it look like they need to cheat in order to win or else they have no fucking hope. Like, once again, going back to Finn Balor versus AJ Styles. That should not have needed any outside interference. Finn Balor should have been able to win that perfect. It should have been a 50-50 down the middle. Instead, he got made to look like a chump. This, I felt like, made the Judgment Day look competent, but they were simply outmatched, and so they cheated to win.
Yeah, okay, I see that.
That's my problem, is when they're made to look like chumps, when they're not. Dominic Mysterio, phenomenal wrestler, the son of Rey Mysterio. Finn Balor, first ever Universal Champion, all these accolades behind him. JD,
we watched this. We watched this dude freaking literally
finish a match with a broken rib and a punctured lung. Like, I don't care if he doesn't have any accolades in WWE. That alone, in and of itself, just shows who he is.
Yeah.
So, I'm okay with how this match ended. Simply because the Judgment Day did what they needed to do. They made themselves look competent, but they're still scumbags, I would rather have competent scumbags than just scumbags who can't do anything on their own. But yeah, obviously, the Judgment Day wins with the help of Roxanne Perez, because Roxanne, Ivar is up on the top rope getting ready to deliver the moonsault, I assume, from the top. And this is like a 300-pound man, by the way. Like, this would kill you. You're not kicking out of this. Unless you're Stephanie, maybe, but that's besides the point. But Roxanne gets up on the top rope, distracts the referee, which gives JD time, which, to be fair, I question, because, tag team rules are always kind of wishy-washy. Couldn't he just do that anyway? Like they come in, break up pins, they come in and attack them in the middle of the match.
Here's the thing. I think it was more about distracting Ivar.
I 100% understand that, but I'm saying, theoretically, he could have just done that anyway.
Yeah, but I think, like you said, I think it was more about the distracting of Ivar.
Oh, I just want to make that clear. Anyway, distracts the ref, distracts Ivar. JD comes up, grabs him by his beard, slams his skull against the top, not the turnbuckle, but the ring post. He falls back. Finn hits him with a sling blade, then the coup de grace. Finn Balor picks up the victory over the War Raiders. So now they are on their track back to the tag team championships.
Yep, and then we get Becky Lynch promo, which she says, "I've been back for 6 weeks, and already Lyra has cost me the tag team championship, and she cost me a chance at Money in the Bank ladder match. And yet she talks about how I'm the one who takes all the opportunities. She has become an echo chamber for her ignorance and morality, confusing people who don't understand what greatness is and what it takes, and therefore I will never achieve it. She's forgotten everything that I've done for her. That every moment in her career with glimpses of greatness has been because of me. In NXT, she won the title and I raised her hand. When she became the double champion at WrestleMania because of me. She had the greatest match of her career at Backlash because of me. But at Money in the Bank, Lyra, it's a lose-lose situation. Because say on all the off chance you win, and I can never challenge for the Intercontinental Championship again, well, that would be the worst thing that would ever happen to her, because I'm the best thing that would ever happen to her. But when I win, she will have to hold my hand, the same hand that's going to hold her down.
Mm-hmm. Then we have a very brief backstage interview with Stephanie Vakir. She's in great spirits. Then Rhea Ripley joins the conversation. She introduces herself and says that she'll see her on Saturday. Do they shake hands? I think they do.
I think they do.
Yeah. But then Lyra comes out to the ring and she says, wow, wow, wow. Such big, brave words from Becky, all the way from her safe little hiding spot in the back. Becky, how about you stop being such a coward and get out here so I can say what I have to say right to your face?
And then Becky's music hits, and she's like, I was going to be the bigger woman.
No, shut up. You said your piece, and all you did was show the world that you are delusional to a point that it's just sad. Honestly, your downfall needs to be studied. You made it all the way to the top by being a good person that didn't give up. And then you only stayed at the top because you gave up being a good person. But you were right about one thing. I'll give you that. Since you've tried to ruin my life, I have changed. But you know what that change you've been seeing, Becky? Anger. I needed to get angry. And no one in my entire life has hurt me the way you hurt me. And it's so funny to me that by trying to hold me down, all you did was unlock the side of me that's capable of destroying you. I've beat you twice. I've beat you blind. And in Money in the Bank, I'm going to beat the crap out of you and ensure that you never get to poison what it means to be the Women's Intercontinental Champion.
The only thing...
Amen.
The only thing that is a poison is your perspective. Perspective. That's what I was trying.
Words are hard. It's okay. I get it.
Is your perspective. You say that I've hurt you more than anybody else. I believe you're speaking emotionally. Even though I did physically hurt you too. But emotionally, I have hurt you more than anyone else. I don't believe that's true. Do you know what I think happened? I think you wanted an excuse to hate me. You took an excuse to hate me because you want to replace me. But you can't do that. And nobody can. I don't want to hurt you. I want to make you better. But that's all changed now. And now I know that the thing that's going to hurt you the most is when you're going to have to raise my hand.
And then she gets out of the ring. She starts walking off. Lyra says, wow, Becky, wow. More big words. Why don't you put your money where your mouth is? And let's give Tulsa a little preview and do this right now.
And then Becky kind of starts to walk back and gets right to the ring. And she's like, I don't fight in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You see, in Los Angeles, at Money in the Bank, see you at Los Angeles at Money in the Bank.
And Lyra's like, nah, fuck that. Tosses her mic and title down, runs out, and they just start beating the shit out of each other. They eventually get broken up by security and, escorted out. Then we have a very, very brief Penta vignette. Penta says, Money in the Bank is my destiny. It's in my hometown. It's a dangerous match. But I have cero, miro. I think I said that right.
Fair.
Yeah, I think I said that right.
No, close enough.
Yeah.
And then we have the third match, which...
This was awful. This was terrible. It was Jey Uso and Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed with Paul Heyman. Now, the reason I say this match was awful was because Jey Uso and Sami Zayn should have gotten obliterated. I'm not saying it should have been a cakewalk by any means. This is the world champion. This is future Hall of Famer Sami Zayn. But this should have been Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed coming out there and showing why they are the attack dogs, why they are the insurance plan of Seth Rollins. Instead, we had them looking like chumps, like jobbers, getting their asses whooped. And it wasn't even because they weren't working together well or they were beefing or whatever, like Keanu Carver and what's-his-face down in Evolve.
Yeah, it wasn't even like they were bickering back and forth.
Like they were just getting beat up. which
Yeah.
should not have happened, in my opinion.
Exactly.
It wasn't even. It was. I felt like it wasn't even really. It was back and forth, but not where it should have been.
No, it wasn't even really back and forth. Like, I feel like a large majority, if not like 95% of the match, was Sami Zayn and Jey Uso in control. And I get that they've been a tag team before. They've worked together before. They're brothers in arms, whatever. But there's a certain point where that doesn't matter because you're just getting your ass whooped.
Yeah.
And that's what this should have been. But instead, because Sami Zayn, the match continues, and it ends with Sami Zayn trying to go for a suicide dive, but Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker catch him outside, and then Jey Uso does a suicide dive, takes everybody out, which, once again, here's the thing. I feel like Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker by themselves could have caught Sami Zayn.
Yeah, they both catch him.
Well, that's not a problem. The two of them could easily have caught both of them. That's what should have happened.
Yeah.
But it didn't. They get taken out, and then Seth Rollins comes out, and he stomps Jey Uso out on the apron, causing a disqualification. And then, where are we?
Sami Zayn and Rollins start going at it. Reed attacks Zayn. Reed headbutts Zayn.
Yeah, after the match, Zayn tees off on Rollins, but Reed attacks Zayn from behind, and he headbutts him. And Breaker lays Zayn flat on the announce table, and Reed ascends to the top turnbuckle. He is trying to kill this man. This was going to be attempted murder. But that we never get to see that because CM Punk comes out with a steel chair. He hits Braun Breaker on the back, and then he just sort of tosses it at Bronson Reed.
I said that. I was like, it wasn't a throw, it wasn't nothing.
It was,
yeah, like, okay, the thing is, we've watched how many guys? Breaker, I think Bronson Reed's even done it.
Braun Strowman, most notably. Yeah, like, slap it out of there. Like, I remember, and once again, I instinctively remember when Braun Strowman first showed up to fight the Shield with the Wyatts. Roman Reigns, their powerhouse, had a steel chair in hand. He winds up, boom! And Strowman literally just puts his arm up, and it bounces off. And Bronson Reed went toe-to-toe with Strowman. They had a rivalry for weeks, if not months.
Mm-hmm.
A steel chair, I understand the steel chair is the great equalizer, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time,
you're throwing a chair at somebody who, I understand, okay, that a chair is a weapon, blah, blah, blah. Throwing it at somebody to essentially hurt. But I don't think...
I would have preferred if, like they did a few weeks ago, I don't even remember if it was CM Punk, but, throw the steel chair, they catch it, like, instinctively, and then you kick them with it. But just...
Yeah, it looked very,
all of them looked weak, and I felt like that's the exact opposite what they should have been doing, especially going into Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
But Sammy...
Yeah, then Seth Rollins retreats, and then Rollins tells Breaker they have Punk right where they want him.
Well, they knock them all out in the ring. He stomps them all three of them.
Well, yeah, that's at the end.
Was that?
Yeah, that's at the end.
Okay. But, yeah, he's like, yeah, we got him right where we want him.
Yeah. So Jey Uso and Sami Zayn technically win via disqualification.
Yeah.
Then we head to the Judgment Day Clubhouse. Liv Morgan wants to talk to Finn Balor. And she's like, I see exactly what you're trying to do with having Roxanne Perez give Dominic Mysterio shoulder rubs, chicken nuggets, and interfering in my matches. Finn says that Roxanne is just trying to help. And Liv's like, so you're telling me I'm just imagining things? And Finn thinks that Liv is just frustrated because things haven't been going her way the last couple of weeks.
Well, he says imagination can play a trick on all of us.
Yeah. Finn and JD are back on track towards the World Tag titles. Finn is looking forward to Roxanne winning the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match and bringing the Women's World title back to the Judgment Day. You know, Finn says that Liv can trust Dom.
Can't trust Dom.
Can't trust Dom. And Liv makes a subtle hint that I trust Dom.
Who I don't trust.
Yeah. I trust Dom plenty. Finn suggests that Roxanne should be in Raquel's corner for her match. Liv tells Finn to babysit Roxanne in the back. She'll be in Raquel's corner. And then Dom comes back and he's like, Finn, you know, is everything okay? I wanted to apologize for last week with the steel chair during Finn's Money in the Bank qualifying match. And Finn's like, it's water under the bridge. Don't even worry about it.
We're family.
And slaps the Intercontinental Championship. So, once again, it's like that scene in Ice Age where Scrat like slams his acorn into the iceberg, and it just
the acorn.
Kinda, yeah. And it just starts.
I would tell you what, a little off subject, but those are. I would love to just watch those movies for Scrat.
That's true.
Scrat is like one of the best parts of the entire movie.
We should honestly all the Ice Ages up until. Well, actually, I think all of them were good except 6. 6 was just weird. Like, but 1 through 5 were all pretty solid, I think, if I'm remembering them correctly. Anyway, because the second one was where Manny found the other mammoth, his wife, and her weird possum siblings. Third one was the dinosaurs. Fourth one was
the
pirates. I like that one. I think the fifth one was the one with the weird aliens or whatever the fuck it was. I don't even remember. I just know it was really weird.
I don't know. I'm sure I've seen it, but it's not. Anyway.
Yeah, back on subject.
You're the one to start talking about Ice Age. See, this is our thing. Squirrel moment.
Yeah, like Scrap. Anyway, fourth match of the night is Kairi Sane versus Raquel Rodriguez with Liv Morgan at ringside.
And you know what? This is how the other match should have gone.
Yeah.
Because Raquel they were both doing really well. But the thing is, Kairi didn't look weak.
No, they both looked like competent competitors.
Yeah. And Raquel looked strong.
Yeah, Raquel looked strong. Kairi looked strong.
Yeah, I mean, this was absolutely
phenomenal.
This was picture perfect.
Yeah.
Like, this is exactly what the Sammy and Jay versus...
They both focused on their strengths and went for it. Like, Kairi was kneecaps, and when she was down, she was punching her in the face.
Yeah, using her speed. Raquel was using it. Because I remember, to start the match off, we even said, like, she was trying to, like, hit her with a suplex, and Raquel literally grabbed her hand and just started turning in a circle and, like, tossing her around with sheer size and power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, I mean, to see Kairi come back with the speed and running back and forth across the ring and taking out her knees.
Yeah, like taking out that power. Yeah, it was beautiful.
Because if you can get them down and they on your level,
that power doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you can take out their legs, their lungs, their breathing, that power, it doesn't mean a damn thing.
Yep.
But, of course, when things start to look rocky for Raquel, Liv tries to get involved, but we got someone who ain't gonna deal with that. And that's Io Sky.
Yep, because that's her. They're friends in real life. Them and Asuka are like best friends. So she interferes. Well, Raquel, excuse me, Liv interferes. Shut up, Knight Rider. Liv tries to interfere, and then Io is like, no. So she goes and starts attacking.
Yep.
Liv. outside the ring.
Yeah, and then they start tumbling outside the ring, and Sane nailed. And I mean, I was like in the bathroom at this point, like cleaning my face or whatever, but I heard it. She nails Rodriguez with a running knee strike against the steel ring post, and I heard that.
Yeah, and
it was loud. And then she connects with the insane elbow to pick up the victory. Once again, this was perfect. This showed the Judgment Day is exactly what it was. Yes, they are evil, cheating, conniving scumbags, but they're competent, evil, dirty, conniving scumbags.
Again, like I said, this match was absolutely perfect. Because, and this is how the other one should have gone.
Agreed.
I'm not even talking about the interference or whatever, because technically this one she didn't actually get to interfere.
Yeah.
But you had power versus speed.
Yeah.
And they mixed it up and was beautiful. This, I don't know what the other...
Yeah, once again, they made the powerhouses of Seth's team look weak.
And that's never been a thing. Like, Breaker has literally come out there and dominated his matches. Bronson Reed has come out there and absolutely dominated his matches.
Yeah.
They go against Jey Uso and Sami Zayn, and instantly they look like bitches.
Yeah. Especially considering we've had Sami Zayn. Like, if I remember correctly, the very first week this started, it was Sami versus Braun Breaker. And Breaker was mopping the floor with Sami Zayn. Yeah. You know, he was going up against Jey Uso for the Intercontinental
Championship. The only thing I can think of is they're setting up something.
I guess.
But I don't know what. Like,
I think it was just poorly executed.
No.
I think the storyboarding for this match was just poor. Because I think I agree with you. Actually, no, because it didn't even do that. I was gonna say I think it might have been to give Jay momentum, but it didn't even do that.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Like that's the only possible reason I can think they would make Bronson and Braun look that weak, but they didn't even do that because Jay still got his shit planted. So I really don't know what the point of this was.
Exactly.
But anyway, and then we have Karrion Kross walking up to Sami Zayn in the backstage area. You know, Sammy's like, what do you want with me? Why do you keep hovering over me these past 2 months? Why are you so obsessed with me? Karrion comes back and he's like, Sammy, you're a liar. And that's why I have a problem with you. Sammy lies to the WWE Universe and to yourself. You could have been World Heavyweight Championship 10 times over if you did what needed to be done. Because I know that you're capable of doing terrible things to people. You're not a good guy. You're a bad guy, just like the rest of the world. And Sammy's like, you're wrong. And Kross says, you know what? I might be wrong, but I might be right too.
And I so want them to do something with Kross. Like, here's the thing. Kross is killing it on main event.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he had another match before
Raw
last night. It'll be on main event. Why? Why is he wrestling before Raw? Why are you not giving him matches on Raw? Instead, you put him in backstage interviews, but you're not giving him
matches.
Anything on Raw. You're giving him all these little rivalries and everything else, and
I'm hoping it's building towards something. Because
I don't want them to let him go. I want them to put him on the roster.
Oh, I 100% agree. But what I'm saying is, what is his shirt?
Yeah. The Puppet Master.
So I'm hoping that's what they're building towards. You know what would be great? And it's not going to happen. But I could even see him having something to do with Rollins. It's like, I don't need to be face of the company. I just control the face from behind the scenes type stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, I still want him. I want him to be out there. I want him to be having matches. But what I'm saying is, if they're going to do something with him, it needs to lean into that. The puppet master, the one whispering in everybody's ear, the one, you know.
Hold on 1 second.
You good?
I am trying to look up something real quick.
All right. Well, I'm going to continue with the.
Well, that's what I was trying to look up.
Oh. One momento.
Because not actually give the list, so I'm trying to see if I.
Oh, for Worlds Collide.
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
Because they announce them all, but they don't. Okay. I found it. I can. It's.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's the one they showed. I think.
Oh god, why is it so tiny?
No.
Oh, it's 2022. No.
You want the match card for 25. I think that's the one I'm on.
I just want.
Here, hold on a sec. Give me a second. I'm gonna copy link. I'll put it in the Discord real quick.
Okay.
The one I'm on. It looks a little bit better. Let's do Raw. It'll be all the way at the bottom.
Oh, it doesn't have them just all on one.
No, that's the only way I could find it. That was just a quick look. But you go down because that's one.
Yeah. Well, what we're trying to do, because I know we were just sitting here in silence. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee go over the card for WWE Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank. So at Worlds Collide, which we'll be watching on Saturday, we have Chad Gable challenging Vikingo for the AAA Mega Championship. We have Ethan Page defending his NXT North American title against Javon Evans, Rey Fenix, and Loretto Kid in a fatal 4-way match. Stephanie Vakir teams up with Lola Vice to battle AAA's Dallas and Chick Tormento. I probably butchered those names. And then we have Legata del Fantasma battle Dr. Wagner, Junior Pagano, and Psycho Clown. The LWA take on Octagon Jr., Aerostar, and Mr. Iguana in a 6-man tag team match. And that is it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is our card for Worlds Collide.
And then I do believe we have one for Money in the Bank, but we'll look at that.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. Then we have our 5th match of the night. CM Punk versus AJ Styles.
Match, which I did not put in there. I deleted it We had a video package of the rematch, the WrestleMania 41, which is absolute dog water.
It was terrible. I hope the rematch is better. God, it needs to be. Also, isn't it on like a fucking Monday Night Raw?
Yes.
So, obviously, Jay retains. I mean, maybe not, but no. I can honestly, you know what I see happening? I can see it right now. Jay comes out there at Money in the... Oh, actually, he's in a tag team match, so maybe not. But I can see maybe Sammy or Punk coming out, costing Seth Rollins the Money in the Bank briefcase. Like we said, El Grande getting it. Then on Monday Night Raw, Seth Rollins and his goons come out there and they cost Jay the World Championship. Because I'm not saying he can't, but I don't think they're gonna have Gunther just beat Jey Uso.
I agree, but we've been wrong before.
This is true. I'm just giving predictions, my 2 cents.
But go ahead and talk about this. I will be right back.
Well, we have the 5th match of the night: CM Punk versus AJ Styles versus El Grande Americano in a men's Money in the Bank qualifying match, and this was actually pretty good.
Yep.
CM Punk and AJ Styles team up to start things off, taking out El Grande, and as they're throwing him out of the ring, CM Punk says, "Goodbye, Gable," because obviously we all know that El Grande is Chad Gable. And then the match continues on. They shake hands, sign a brotherly love or whatever before they start going at it. They start beating each other up. El Grande gets back in the ring eventually. He gets some moves off. He gets the flying headbutt, the blah, 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 blah. The goddamn it, words are hard. Gets his suplexes. He gets CM Punk in an ankle lock. AJ comes up and tries to kick him, but he manages to reverse that. Or no, I'm sorry. CM Punk gets him up for go to sleep. But he counters, puts him into another ankle lock. And then AJ comes in, kicks El Grande out. Then
Person detected.
Then Americano hits him with a flying crossbody, but CM Punk gets him into position for go to sleep. Styles with a DDT, reverse DDT combination for 2 separate 2 counts. Then he goes for the Styles Clash, but Americano counters with the ankle lock, and he's getting ankle locks on everybody. Punk's blocks the phenomenal blitz. They're going back and forth. But eventually, Punk connects the GTS for a 2 count because Braun Breaker pulls him out of the ring. Breaker and Bronson are beating the ever-living shit out of him. Then Sami Zayn and Jey Uso come out to aid Punk. All hell is breaking loose. Styles wipes out everybody with a springboard cross body block to the outside. Then he goes for the phenomenal forearm, but Americano counters with I told you, the loaded headbutt. I knew I saw him putting shit in his mask.
But where'd he pull it from?
His ass? I don't know. His pocket? I don't fucking know. Outside the ring? I don't know. The loaded headbutt to pick up the victory. After the match, Punk is teeing off on Breaker. Rollins attacks him from behind. And then they're just... Everybody gets obliterated. Everybody gets stomped out. Jay gets a stomp. Sammy gets a stomp. Punk gets a stomp.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we have Seth, Heyman, Breaker, and Reed, as the show goes off the air, standing tall. And that's the end. So El Grande Americano will be in Money in the Bank.
Alright. So.
On to Discord, because we have a lot of stuff to cover, but also it's all going to be super quick, so it might actually not be that much.
Yeah. Go all the way back up to the top. Because we do have some good news, bad news.
Mostly bad. Well,
Mostly. Well, it's all one, but we're not going to go over all of it like super.
No, we can just. Yeah. Anyway. Here it is. Boom. And this is Corey. No, that's just Corey Hayes. That's just some random dude.
Yeah.
But he says sooner rather than later with a picture of Stephanie Vakir and Io Sky. And we've already called it. Stephanie wins Money in the Bank. And as soon as the match is over, she's going to get up on the ropes. She's going to celebrate. But she's not even going to walk backstage. She's going to grab a microphone. She's going to say, Io, I am coming for your title at SummerSlam. Good luck. And just drop the briefcase and walk out. That's what needs to happen. Because Stephanie is that good. And I feel like that I can't personally see Stephanie cashing in like after Io's been beaten up. That is not Stephanie Vakir to me.
No. I if they do that, that's a downfall.
That's a disservice to her and Io. Because I want to see this match. Because like you said, the like 2/3, 3/4 of the match we got was one of the best matches we've had on Raw in a long time. Maybe the entire year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I want to see this match. We could get Stephanie versus Rhea. I would love that.
Yeah.
This is just them talking about them making a bet. If the New York's won, Michael Cole had to wear a tank top.
Yeah.
Or a
Which
jersey.
we got pictures of.
And he said it was actually really comfortable. So, you know what? Maybe next week he just comes out in a tank top. It probably is a lot cooler. Anyway.
We do have the one for tonight.
Yes, this Tuesday, Trick Williams puts his TNA World Championship on the line against Santina.
Mike Santana.
Santana.
Words are hard.
Words are hard. I keep thinking of Santina Morella, so anyway. Yeah, Stephanie's moving to the main roster. CM Punk start off a show. Do you ever catch yourself thinking that humans have been on the earth for approximately 300,000 years and somehow we are lucky enough to be alive at the same time as Stephanie Vakir?
Again, like I said, absolute beast.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, different breed.
But this is just a video of her first appearance.
Yeah, making her NXT appearance on live TV. Then Julia and Stephanie giving teasers to them battling for the NXT Women's Championship, which we obviously saw a few weeks ago. A month ago, actually, probably by now. And this is some absolute dog shit. R-Truth has posted on the social media platforms that he has been released by WWE. And people are not happy.
No.
If you weren't watching Raw last night, which once again, why the fuck are you watching this if you didn't watch Raw? People were chanting all throughout the night, we want truth. We want truth.
Yep.
And I think WWE, and there's talk that they lowballed him. Like, they gave him an offer that was way under what he had.
Oh, yeah.
And he went, no.
Yeah.
Because here's what again, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to repeat what you say. Truth is a national treasure.
Yeah. Here's the thing. His in-ring performance is okay.
Keep him around for comic relief, man.
Yeah. I know that sounds bad, but make him somebody's manager. Please. Make him somebody's manager.
Give him to Carmelo.
Yeah.
Like I said, I know his in-ring performance is There's a reason that he's never been a world champion, whatever.
Well, actually, that's on there a little bit later.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, he's never been a world champion, yada, yada, yada. He's 53, so his body's not going to be keeping up with him for much longer. But even still.
Everybody has said on social media, if you're paying any attention to this, Truth, even when the cameras are off, is always making people laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they walk in, he is the shining smile. He is the one.
He's
always
everything.
He's always doing something that makes people just go,
yeah, goofy.
Why?
And I'm not going to show this, but it's just a, you know what?
You know what? Show it. Why not?
We can show. It's like 12 seconds.
It's absolutely beautiful. And again, it's us and how we like Stephanie. So we're going to go ahead and throw that out there.
Sorry, Rhea Ripley. You had a good run. I don't know what the actual context for the original video is, like what they're actually putting up, but it's funny. Soon this will all belong to her. Absolutely.
Yep.
Vikingo defeated Alberto El Patron to become the new AAA Mega Champion, which is why Chad Gable's fighting it. So, Chad Gable's actually pulling a double duty as well.
No, he's not.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. It's El Grande. Yeah, anyway. Stephanie qualifies, wins the briefcase, cashes in to become WWE World Champion. Absolute cinema. WWE Hall of Fame hopefuls Demolition, Axe, and Smash have secured a significant 6-year Legends contract with WWE, which includes plans for new appearances and a wide range of merchandise. Bill Eadie Axe reveals the details of the long-term agreement on a special episode of something. I tried. It didn't work. There we go. Only took 15 minutes.
No kidding.
Doo-doo. A recent episode of Wrestling Live with Ben Veal podcast, Eddie explained that the deal encompasses action figures not only for Demolition, but also for their various other iconic wrestling personas, including Masked Superstar, Crusher, Krusev, Repo Man, and The Machines. He also mentioned the potential for DVDs and other projects. Good for them, man. Carlito is the WWC Puerto Rico Heavyweight Champion. Good for him. Because we haven't gone over it yet, but he has also been released from the company.
Yeah.
And, like I said, he deserved better than what he was getting anyway. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the persona of Apple Boy, but he deserved more than being just the Apple Boy.
Yep.
And this I 1,000% agree with. Rikishi criticized WWE booking World Heavyweight Champion Jey Uso in a tag team match at Money in the Bank. Why? I mean, Jey is a World Heavyweight champion by himself, okay? Oh, they really need to fire creative service over there. Just book me so I can book my son's matches. And like I said, I think we've gone over this, but I still agree with it. It's stupid. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Why don't we have the Gunther match there?
Yeah, I'd rather have that. Also, actually, no, we're going to go over this in a minute. We're going to go. Letting our true go, but keeping Logan Paul. Fuck Triple H and fuck TKO. Agreed. Stephanie Vaquer losing the NXT Women's title, being on the Worlds Collide card, and still being in a Money in the Bank ladder match on the same day and on the main roster straight away after should tell you the kind of rocket they are strapping to her. Absolutely.
Yep.
Like I said, Carlito left the business, unfortunately. And this is from The Miz, forming Awesome Truth with you was one of the best runs of my career. No one made me laugh harder. Your energy, heart, and smile lift up every room and every arena. You're not one of a kind, you're one in a lifetime. Love you, Truth. Keep shining.
And you know what? And that is a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
You can literally read a lot of them and know.
Yeah, like right here. Trinity says, I hate this so much. Kevin Owens says, I've said many times that there are few people in this industry for whom I have unlimited respect, love, and admiration for. Braun Killings, our truth, is at the very top of that list. An incredible, timeless performer with an unmatched ability to entertain and bring a smile to anyone he encounters, be it the fans or every single person lucky enough to have the privilege to work alongside him. His kindness, humility, and infectious good nature make him one of the most beloved people I've met in this industry, and the void that his absence will leave in our locker room is immeasurable. I love you, dude. Carmelo says, thank you for everything you've done for the business, the doors you opened, and being a real OG to the whole locker room. Taught me a lot about the game and how to navigate this business. Ron Killings is timeless. Rhea Ripley says, in all seriousness, this is literally so heartbreaking. Thank you so much. And there's just a little homage to him and all of his goofy. I forgot about.
Yeah, that's a lot of the
I forgot what. Wow, what was his name?
Little Jimmy.
No, Gold. Over here. This one. What's his name? Gold. You know who I'm talking about? Oh, you can't see because of the guy, the gold mask who's with Stardust.
Oh, it was blah, blah, blah. Gold Dust. You're talking about Gold Dust or Stardust?
Goldust, that's it. I forgot what his name was. It's been a long time. But yeah.
And then dresses the girl when he was trying to hide from the 24/7
U.S. champion. Him with fuck, what's her name? Carmella. Tag team champions. And then I guess these are his kids.
I have no clue what that is.
Yes, these.
That's the Judgment Day.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh wait, it is.
Yeah, it's Little Judgment Day. As kids.
Roman Reigns will have supporting role in the film of The Pickup. Or the Pickup, I'm sorry. I don't know if that's a typo or if it is The Pickup.
I have no clue.
He made history, he made us laugh, he made us fans. After 17 long years, R-Truth has been released from WWE.
Again, we want you to look at this.
2-time WWE Hardcore Champion, 53-time WWE 24/7 Champion, 2-time Tag Team Champion, 2015 LOL Moment of the Year. I need to know what this moment was. Because I was like 11. I don't know if I was watching. I was probably watching wrestling, but I don't remember this. 2-time United States Champion, Season 2 Mixed Match Challenge winner, 2008 Best Musical Performance Slammy Award, 2018 to 2025, 17 years in WWE. You will be missed.
But here's what we were talking about earlier before we went live. And again, that's just a bunch of people.
Yeah.
We don't need to go. But here's the thing I want to bring up. You look at the title run, or how many titles he had, ain't nobody touching it.
Nope. You want to talk about, 17-time world champion? Yeah, shut the fuck up. You never had 53 titles. I didn't think so. No one.
And then, like we said, there was literally people chanting, "We want truth."
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, and Punk made a comment which it was not posted. He's like, "You're not allowed to chant for people that aren't here." Making a reference to, he did. I go back and watch. He made a little comment just like off to the side, and it was referring to how they chanted for him.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? But yes, yesterday was AJ Styles' 48th birthday. Happy birthday to him. And this is we played this video last week, I believe it was.
Yeah.
But the real Killer Cross saying it's all about viral moments, it's all about, star power, blah blah blah. And it was even more right after the news of Truth and Carlito earlier today. Then we have just some moments of our Truth. We're not gonna play all of them because I think we've made our point. If you want to go see these, you can look them up yourself or join the Discord. Look at them.
I liked this because I knew he was gone. We had discussed it. I don't know if I posted it.
Yeah.
But we knew he was leaving TNA.
Yeah. Former TNA star Ace Austin has signed with the company and is set to debut in NXT. So that'll be interesting. Breaking news. The Miz has unfollowed WWE, removed all mentions of WWE in his Twitter/X bio. His WWE contract does expire sometime this year. So, is Miz getting released as well? I wouldn't put it past him at this rate.
Mm-hmm.
I do this stuff for you.
Telling you now, we're only a few years away from WWE doing this. A McDonald's championship. And I don't see a McDonald's championship. The sad thing is,
you do see a sponsored champion.
Not even necessarily a sponsored championship, but I can 100% see them doing like I don't know what they'd call it, but for all intents and purposes, a meme championship where it's you win the match by doing something stupid, or you're in a match and it's like pie throwing match, or like just stupid, obnoxious, over, like Karrion Kross said, viral moments. And that's what the title is, and I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was McDonald's, and I have to post those for you.
I did put an application to Sam's Club, by the way, so hopefully not anymore. Not for much longer. Anyway, WWE and Slim Jim's partnership expansion will see Slim Jim be the center ring sponsor on every Raw. Yeah, we saw that last night. That ring still looks fucking terrible.
It does. It's too busy.
Yeah. Like, just the Slim Jim logo would be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But we got the ring or
whatever the fuck other bullshit they have there, yeah. But you know what? You're an asshole, because the Slim Jim does sound good now, but I'm broke. Anyway. Breaking, Sarah Logan Valhalla has announced that she will be leaving WWE once her contract expires. I don't know who this is. I assume this is an older wrestler.
Eric from the War Raiders' wife. She was Valhalla for a while. She was with Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott in the Riot Squad for a while.
Oh, that does sound familiar. I just barely vaguely remember that now. I don't think I've ever seen her dressed like this, though.
That was when they were doing the whole Viking War Raiders thing. Now they've kind of become more
just War Raiders.
Yeah,
because weren't they originally the Viking Raiders or something? Yeah. Yeah, they were the Viking Raiders, and I assume that's when she was dressed like this. But I think the War Raiders just sounds better anyway. It's been reported that Triple H made the decision to release R-Truth and Carlito. They're looking at the numbers. They're looking at how many people they have to cut or how much money they have to cut. And those were the picks. Those were the Levesque picks, and that's what the deal is, I think is how that ends. What a waste. A massive week, buckle up. We started off with Monday Night Raw in Tulsa. We have, in Orlando, Florida, we have NXT. We have, in Batesville, California, we'll have Friday Night SmackDown. And then in Los Angeles, California, we'll have Worlds Collide, Money in the Bank, and UFC in New Jersey. So,
but here's the thing: I just want to reiterate this, and we'll probably bring it up tomorrow or Thursday. I don't know if we're planning on doing anything. We haven't really set a game that we want to do.
We don't really have any.
Well, we can play something. But anyway, we are not going to cover wrestling until Monday again.
Yeah, because we just don't have time.
Well, because we'll be able to cover Thursday or Friday. We can cover Friday like we normally do with NXT and TNA.
Yes, but we won't be covering
the Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, we'll be covering all three of them on Monday.
We'll be covering all three of them on Monday.
Yeah,
because so I'll bring it up again, but just so we kind of know.
I hope this happens.
And again, like I said, he was not released from his contract. His contract expired, which means he does not have the 90-day no compete.
Yeah.
He can technically show up anywhere as long as his contract is officially over.
Yeah.
If his contract doesn't end for another week or two, then it would have to wait. But again, like I've said, and the people have said about AEW, but again, I think it'd be just as funny in TNA. Like, he would have been there when Santino was there. He would have been there when, like, Dolph Ziggler and, somebody like AJ Francis. He would have seen all these people, and you go there and be like, man, where you been? So nice to see you on Raw. And Santino come walking up and be like,
buddy, it's Thursday. We're on TNA now. It's like, what now? This is Monday Night Raw.
Where's Adam Pearce? It would be absolute cinema.
Okay? But no, you know what the beautiful thing is? if he does become a TNA superstar, he can still be on NXT.
Mm-hmm.
So we still get him in the WWE, even without him being a W. It'd be beautiful. Anyway, I can read this if you want. This is from
Sarah Logan.
Sarah Logan. I come to you with tears in my eyes because our time has come to a sudden end. WWE informed me yesterday that they are letting my contract expire. To be completely honest, my ego can't help but be damaged. You always assume that when you end a lifelong career, there's going to be a grand exit. But here I am, using the notes app on my phone, typing up a goodbye letter to an entity that will forget I was even there. I truly take no offense to this. My career, as it was, is getting usurped by my vocation, and it's all on my divine timeline that I trust deeply. I'll definitely miss you, but no, I'll be taken care of by my wonderful husband, by the land you provided for me, and alongside the children I've made along the way. I'm going to take off the weight of being a superstar and let myself soar being just Sarah. You've been growing on me, and it's time I let her fully cultivate. I love all the people you've brought into my life, but my social media page won't be about you anymore. It will share only the parts of me that I wish, and none of that will be wrestling. I'm more of a clean break kind of girl, and the other calls to me will be taking my full attention. With all love, Sarah. Wish her all the luck in whatever she plans to do.
Exactly.
TNA interested in R-Truth. He's gonna be there in a few weeks. Just you wait. If he's not in the Hall of Fame, we riot.
Yep. Exactly.
I will drive to Florida. I don't care where the next Hall of Fame ceremony is. I will walk there if I have to. We get told where it is in like a month in advance. If R-Truth is not in the Hall of, I will walk there. I will take a month-long trip.
There are people that have waited years to get into the Hall of Fame.
I don't care. I'm kidding, but still.
The point is there.
But here, and this is something, again, this is where I brought it up. Still nothing compared to Truth.
Nope. Two-time WWE champion, three-time NWA World Champion, two-time TNA World Champion, two-time IWGP World Champion, three-time US Champion, one-time Intercontinental Champion, one-time WWE Tag Team Champion, future Hall of Famer.
And again, that was posted yesterday. But again, still nowhere close.
No.
No.
He has, 5, 7, 9, 12, 13, 14 titles. R-Truth had 60 plus.
Just saying.
Yeah, this is Slim Jim again. Do you think WWE understood how much fans cared about R-Truth on Carlito? WWE Money in the Bank hype falls flat as fans hijack comments for R-Truth on Carlito's return. PW Insider reported that Savio Vega will be at WWE AAA Worlds Collide.
Yeah, I don't know what level he's going to be in, but I don't want to...
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go back up. I did that because this is exactly what we say.
Yeah.
All the entire time.
You
guys.
think you're going to qualify for Money in the Bank ladder match, but Stephanie Vakira is a different type of breed when she's in the ring, so hopefully you're ready for a glimpse of La Primera.
Yep.
Again, that's why I put this in here. Because to see somebody else post this was like... Because this is the stuff we say all the time.
Yep. Jade Cargill and Naomi speak to each other about R-Truth's WWE release. I hate this more than I hate you. I hate we lost him and still have you.
I love their little rivalry. It's fun.
R-Truth's WWE departure was met with complete shock and disbelief, with one top talent calling it total nonsense, another called this regime ruthless. It's by far the most criticized and universally disliked departure we've covered. I assume not just by fans, but also by people in the back, so... and once again, another just few funny moments with R-Truth.
Stephanie Vakira banner I liked. Another R-Truth moment.
Yeah, with Ace Austin, and then him. Here's the thing. People bitch about this match. R-Truth was supposed to win this United States Championship. He just wasn't supposed to win it right here. Like, this was the referee's fault.
Oh yeah, you can totally see that.
Because they get up after the match, and R-Truth tries to kick him. He ducks underneath, and the referee's like, no, stop. I'm like, wait, what? What do you mean stop? We're still fighting for the title. Like, no, he won. I'm like, huh? Anyway.
Yeah, I think this is a botch on the ref.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
WWE, Triple H, TKO, something you should know about me is I'm persistent, dedicated, and determined. Whenever I see an injustice, I will not stop. Rehire R-Truth, push Karrion Kross. This is the White Rabbit. I don't know who that is. Some random ex-user.
But still.
Rey Mysterio says he suffered a torn groin and a busted eardrum right before WrestleMania. This sucks. I hope he's better soon so he can get back to... Well, actually, here's the thing. I don't know if he's going to be returning to in-ring performance. And I only say that because, I mean, he is getting up there in age, and I know he's wanting to give Dominic his match. Yeah. So, what I can see happening is, like we said time and time again, the cracks are already starting to form. I think it's only... I'm gonna give the Judgment Day another 2-3 months at top before they implode.
Person on backlog.
It's the treat.
Okay. But I'm going to give them another 2 to 3 months before they implode. And I think when that happens, if not before that happens, Dom loses the IC title. Probably to Finn Balor is my guess. And then he goes on his redemption arc. And I think the next time we see Rey Mysterio, and I could be terribly wrong, but I think the next time we see him in ring is facing Dominic for his mask. But I don't know. We want truth. This is just a design that you can do if you want. And this is his final entrance against JC. And once again, that's just even more of a slap in the face to me.
Yeah.
Like, his last match is literally just him getting beat. And to be fair, I know he gets beat up a lot. Like I said, his in-ring ability is okay. But it just... He's gone. So... But this... Speaking of an entrance... This
he
entrance...
had the loudest pop of the night.
Oh, yeah. The lightning, the smoke, I know,
pyro.
And I want to bring up the pyro specifically because this is the whole thing that Kevin Owens brought up when he was going against Cody for the world title. You get the double pyro, blah 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 blah. She's not even a champion yet, and she got like 18 pyros. So that tells you the
again, like it said, like I posted before. They got a rocket strapped to her.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm telling you guys, if you're watching this and you have not watched Stephanie, you are in for one hell of a ride.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kevin Robert Caesar says, hey, everybody, I have a ton of great stories / memories to share about Carlito and R-Truth, but I think it's important to say this. Don't treat them like they're completely gone. If you haven't yet, follow them on all social platforms and keep up with them. And then this is just her coming to officially sign her contract. And then Trick Williams says, your dream match, just another Tuesday for me. Trick, you're not that good.
No.
And I don't mean that to be rude, but like, I've genuinely not seen anything from him in the ring that's like, oh yeah, this guy's great. He should be on the main event right now. And maybe he showed that before his rivalry with Joe Hendry. Maybe he'll show that tonight. But like, his rivalry with Joe Hendry was... Yeah,
I've never liked seeing any. But again, I'm gonna say it this way: I've never seen anything I truly liked from Trick Williams.
Yeah.
Okay, but I said the same thing about Javon.
That's true.
But again, two different animals.
Yeah, I don't know. And now for the men's winning the bank lineup, who do you think's winning it? It's either Seth or El Grande.
I kind of want to see Penta or Andrade, but I don't think so. I think Seth's going to win it, unfortunately. I think that's the best for how the storyline is going.
Agreed. But like I said, if Seth doesn't win it, it's El Grande.
And again...
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Who said? I don't
know. But yeah, Seth Rollins win it, because especially, once again... If they are going with this for lack of a better term, this bloodline story where he's like the new bloodline, whatever, then he has to win this. So, I don't know. I think it's going to be Seth, but if it's not, it's unfortunately going to be El Grande.
Yep.
And this, we'll show a little bit of this. This is like a minute long, but we'll just show the first part of it. Because it is just fun, funny, goofy shenanigans.
This happened like after, I guess, because later on I found that Seth had a promo, so I think this was like after Seth's little out or after Raw promo.
Yeah, but you can see, Sammy hugging Jey Uso. His music is starting. He gets up, and then he looks around. He's confused, and he's okay, and then just lays back down. He has that like 2 or 3 times before actually like getting up completely and.
Yeah, like I said, I just found it funny.
Yeah,
the whole moment of like.
This not even a question.
Like I said, and here's what I said before we went on the air. There's 3 that I totally see winning it, and 3 that I do not. And the thing is, I've watched all these girls, maybe not all of them for many years, but we've watched Roxanne, we watched Julia, and we watched Stephanie for quite a few months now.
Yep.
On NXT. And I'm going to tell you what. Here's what I'm telling you. I think one of the 3 of them are taking it.
It's going to be Stephanie, but if it's not Stephanie, it has to be Roxanne. Has to be.
You think... Okay, go ahead and explain.
It's very simple. It's the Judgment Day. Once again, further, just slamming that acorn even further into that iceberg. Just... Because I want you to imagine this. I want you to imagine.
I see it. I agree with you.
Finn, like even Finn said it. Imagine Roxanne winning Money in the Bank, and then
gold back
to the Judgment Day. It's really that simple. Obviously, my pick is Stephanie, but if it's not Stephanie, it has to be Roxanne.
See, and I agree with you, but I don't know if I'd pick Roxanne second. I think Roxanne would be my third.
I'm not saying I want her to win, but I'm saying...
okay, here's what I'm saying. My pick is Stephanie 100%, because I even said that earlier. Unless somebody else goes in, Julia was my pick. So, that one person they could take, like I've said 100 times, you got Stephanie, you got Julia. Mm-hmm. Like, they are right there.
Yeah.
Like, she is only, like, a millimeter under her. Mm-hmm. Unmeasurable amount under her.
Yep.
They are both, like, on an equal level.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Roxanne is under that, but she's not up there with them, but she right there.
Yeah. And once again, I'm not even talking about in-ring ability. I'm talking...
For storyline.
Yes. Because, don't get me wrong, I would love to see Julia take it.
But where would it go?
I think Roxanne having it would be...
Or Stephanie.
Well, we know where Stephanie would go, but I'm saying... I think Julia and Stephanie just earned their own shots within a matter of months. But I'm saying, if Stephanie wins, she goes, what?
You just said something. What if Roxanne wins?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Say she doesn't cash in SummerSlam, whatever. Roxanne or Stephanie gets her shot at EO at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
She wins the match. She's beat to hell, whatever. Roxanne tries to cash. Try being the key word. And Stephanie still beats her ass.
Yeah. I see it.
I don't know. Maybe.
Because Roxanne's going to wait to that moment.
Oh, absolutely. Roxanne is going to wait until the opportune moment.
when I don't think, I think it, like you've said before, and I think it might have been while we were not streaming, but Stephanie waiting till they were beat down isn't how I think.
No,
it
it's like I said, if Stephanie wins the Money in the Bank briefcase, it goes exactly like this. She wins, she celebrates, up on the ring, her music going. She grabs a microphone and she turns and she says, "Io, I'm coming for your title at SummerSlam. Good luck." Drops the mic, drops the briefcase in the ring, walks out.
calls her shot.
Exactly. But that's just my opinion. Who knows?
Because I don't think we need La Primera in the bank.
No.
This I wanted to bring up because I found it absolutely. You were even laughing.
Carlito has clearly taken his PS5 with him, and yeah, they're not back there playing. To be fair, though, he was always the one playing it. So, but yeah, they're not back here playing 2K25 anymore. They're just back here, sitting in the dark. I don't know, chit chat. I don't know what they're doing.
Yep.
The first Devil's Kiss on Raw, baby.
And they said it was ruined by the commentary. We need Booker T for he only brought up for Stephanie matches.
Yeah, but only bring up for Stephanie. If Stephanie's wrestling, yeah, Booker.
That'd be so funny.
Exactly.
JC Jane turns 29 today. Happy birthday!
Well, that was yesterday again, I believe.
Yeah, yesterday at 9:45. Like I said, re-sign R-Truth or re-Riot. These signs are everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
And this was kind of funny.
I think he's channeling his inner Chelsea.
I think so. And just like Chelsea, it goes absolutely nowhere. Kofi Kingston says, "Let the record show. I have just filed an official complaint about the heinous and overreaching actions of WWE Lady Ref Jeff tonight." And she comes back, she says, "Complain all you want, my friend, but the official has the final word. Sorry, not sorry, pal. Better luck next time." Yeah, suck it.
And like we said, or even during that, they stood up and just was like,
No, I don't trust you. Get out.
Exactly.
Out.
The ref finally doing her job the way she's supposed to.
Double duty Steph this Saturday. Stephanie Vakir, Lola Vice versus Dallas and Chick Tormento.
Which we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
And then Stephanie has her Money in the Bank ladder match. And I want to see her win both.
I do too.
Oh, I do too.
But I'm not going to pull this entire thing up, but this is Seth after Raw. He comes out and says, "You don't get to sing my song. Singing my song is a privilege for the people that have stood by me through thick and thin. Not all of you two-faced Oklahoma losers."
And there again,
and you know what the beautiful part is? He says, "I'm going to go on. I'm going to win Money in the Bank because I am a visionary. I am a revolutionary. I am." And the crowd finishes it for him.
And he's like, what was he saying?
He says something akin to like, you guys are too easy, you morons.
Yeah. But another thing I want to bring up that he does mention in there. Because they start chanting OTC.
Why? I genuinely do not understand. Why are you going to chant for a guy who's going to come back, assuming he even does that, and shows up maybe once every 5 months? He's going to come back, even if he did come back, come back with the bloodline or whatever, and beat Seth Rollins. He's going to do the exact same thing Seth Rollins is doing right now. He literally did it for 3 years. 1,200 whatever days it was.
Yep.
I don't understand.
Maybe
once again,
why cheer for a part
Seth Rollins. He's right. They are proving his point.
Yep.
Anyway, Raw is Vakir. It's only the first day on the main roster. She's so loved, truly my woman. Wait, is this? Oh no, that's some random. Okay.
And I don't know if this is real, I'm assuming it's a fake thing.
Ron Killian, welcome to my new Twitter blog. I may not only allow fans, but I am considering haters too. Mark Henry. Feet pics in 30 days, and maybe Big Jim. Oh, Big Jimmy. Yeah. Anyway, so I guess this is an OnlyFans.
I don't know if somebody made it, but
Question. Honestly, it's R-Truth. I would not put it past him. I would not put it past him. I doubt he's gonna upload any actual OnlyFans content, but I would not be surprised. Oh no, this is like his official like.
I don't know what an OnlyFans page looks like. So
No, like this is his Twitter, I think, but I think it's a joke. I don't fucking know. It'd be hilarious if he did, though. I know Mark did, and all of it went to like charity or whatever. Markiplier.
did he?
Yeah. Anyway. What was this again? We pulled it up, and I forgot. I don't remember, so we're gonna click on it.
Right off the top of my head.
We literally pulled it up.
I know. I'll know when we see it. We'll go. Oh yeah. Okay. So hold on a sec.
We're professionals, everybody.
We tried to pull all this stuff up. Oh yeah, the money in the bank.
Oh yeah. Right. This is why I was fuck.
Because they've already announced that John Cena, Logan Paul.
It is literally called Money in the Bank. That is the entire reason this pay-per-view exists, is for the 2 Money in the Bank matches. Why? Is this shit show, this absolute waste of time and money, the main event? I genuinely need to know what the fuck Triple H is smoking back there. Because I want to avoid it at all costs, because it obviously makes you an idiot. Why?
Yeah.
Who cares about this match?
Nobody.
If this match did not exist, I'd be happy. This is the match that I'm going to literally pull out a pillow, pull my blanket up on myself, like wake me up when it's over. It's nothing.
It's a big fat nothing burger.
Yep, exactly.
Anyway, this is gonna be a good match.
I think that's going to be a really good match. And I think the 2 Money in the Bank matches are going to be good. I definitely know the women's Money in the Bank match is going to be
good. Oh, fuck yeah. And once again, I'm not going to pull this up, but Roxanne just has a little promo saying, Finn Balor knows who I am. I'm the prodigy. He had a reason for inviting me to join the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
And again, we got this during the commercial. Well, or actually, we didn't get it during the commercial, but
everybody else did.
Yeah.
And that's it, because we already went over this.
Yep. All right, guys, I think that is it.
That is indeed all we have for today. So, if you are watching this, or if you made it this far in the stream, go ahead, give us a follow. Give me one sec here, so I can get rid of you. If you've made it this far on the stream, go ahead, give us a follow. If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, share, subscribe. If you want to chat with us, or you like watching the clips that we showed over here, join our Discord server. If you want to help support us, press that donate button in the About Me section. But aside from that, we ain't got anything else. I'm Tofari.
I'm CK.
And I'm not ready. Good night.
See ya.